Hey there, science fans. Welcome to our educational series on important chapter-wise questions for Biology Class 10. I'm so excited you're here because today we're diving into the amazing world of living things. We'll be tackling some key questions from chapters 6 through 9, exploring everything from photosynthesis to the circulatory system, and from nerve impulses to plant responses. So buckle up and get ready to unlock the secrets of biology. Let's dive in! Photosynthesis, it's how plants use sunlight, water and carbon dioxide to make their own food, releasing oxygen as a byproduct. It's the basis of most ecosystems, providing energy and oxygen for life as we know it. Aerobic respiration uses oxygen to generate a whopping 36 ATP molecules per glucose. Anaerobic respiration, only 2 ATP, but it's a lifesaver when oxygen is scarce. Humans have a double circulatory system. That means 2 loops, one to the lungs and one to the body, ensuring efficient delivery of oxygen and nutrients to every cell. Chapter 4. Plant gas exchange. Day and night shift. During the day, plants open their stomata for photosynthesis, taking in carbon dioxide and releasing oxygen. At night, they switch it up, releasing carbon dioxide and taking in some oxygen. Chapter 5. Neurons, the body's electrical grid. Neurons are the information superhighway of your body. They transmit electrical impulses, allowing your brain to communicate with every cell. Chapter 6. Voluntary versus involuntary actions, control freaks versus autopilot. Voluntary actions like throwing a ball are under conscious control. Involuntary actions like your heartbeat happen automatically, thank goodness. Chapter 7. Plants can't move around like we can, but they respond to stimuli. They grow towards light, a process known as phototropism, and their roots grow down due to gravity, which is called geotropism. Chapter 8. Hormones are like chemical messengers that regulate growth, development, and metabolism. They control everything from your height to your sleep cycle. Chapter 9. Amoeba reproduce asexually through binary fission. The nucleus divides, then the cytoplasm, resulting in 2 identical daughter cells. Chapter 10. Sexual versus asexual reproduction. Mixing it up versus keeping it simple. Sexual reproduction involves 2 parents and leads to genetic diversity. Asexual reproduction, just 1 parent and the offspring are identical clones. Chapter 11. Fertilization in plants, the birds and the bees, and the pollen. Pollen grains land on the stigma, a pollen tube grows down to the ovary, and then, bam, fertilization. A new plant is on its way. Chapter 12. DNA replication, doubling down on genes. Before a cell divides, it needs to make a copy of its DNA. That process is called DNA replication, and it's essential for passing on genetic information. Chapter 13. Mendel's laws, the foundation of genetics. So, Gregor Mendel, often called the father of genetics, figured out how traits are passed down from parents to offspring. His laws explain inheritance patterns. Chapter 14. Monohybrid crosses, 1 trait at a time. A monohybrid cross tracks the inheritance of a single trait. The phenotypic ratio is 3 to 1, and the genotypic ratio is 1 to 2 to 1. Chapter 15. Dominant and recessive traits. Who wears the pants in your genes? Dominant traits like brown eyes only need 1 copy to show up. Recessive traits like blue eyes need 2 copies. Chapter 16. Sex determination, the X and Y of it all. In humans, females have 2 X chromosomes, while males have 1 X and 1 Y. The Y chromosome determines maleness. Outro. Keep those brains buzzing. That's all for today's session on important chapter-wise questions for Biology Class 10th. Remember folks, the more you practice, the more confident you'll become. Science is all about exploration and discovery. Make sure to review these questions and understand the concepts thoroughly. Stay tuned for more educational content.